Alright, is my volume okay? I've restarted my machine, so I don't know if my audio levels are okay since then. Perfect. Alright. Let me send the agenda. Oh, Kermit's always so cute. Hello, Kermit. Okay, let's get started. So this past month, which was kind of a short break since our last WUG, we've been focusing a lot on kind of planning and doing a little bit of investigation so that we can figure out our path for the next year. We're kind of looking at this at a very like holistic level. So we're still doing that planning and investigating, but what we've kind of decided on right now is we're restarting the marketplace responsive work. So we had kind of 2 releases of that, and this is going to be our 3rd. We'll be focusing on the homepage. We're also going to bundle up some additional kind of cleanup from the last one, so we'll be adding category totals to the side nav. I think seeing if we can maybe make the featured items a little bit higher contrast, little tweaks and things that people have given us feedback on. We're also going to be working on adding region searching to maps. We're going to do like a mini bit of work to see if we can add that functionality. When I was looking at it, it was a little bit more complicated than I was hoping, but I actually think it'll be good and doable. And then we've got a design refresh for the viewer login page that we're hoping to get out pretty quickly. And I'm excited to hear everyone's thoughts when it goes out. I'm sure that there will be lots of it. But just trying to get some stuff out. Oh, the map login bug, where we were looking at that. Maybe if time permits in that little epic, I have some cleanup tickets for maps that I'm looking to get in. But the priority really is to get the region searching in. So if it ends up... I don't think we're gonna get the map in there, Sarah. That's a huge project that I can't swing. But well, I'll pass it to Grumpity and see if that's an interesting idea. So that's kind of like visible stuff that I think will be pretty cool and tangible for everyone, and like upcoming that we're like working on. Behind the scenes, like the past month, we've been doing a lot of legacy code cleanup and upgrading our login infrastructure. You guys might also have seen the verify email modal came out as well, which we're hoping will help with account security. So we've been doing a little bit of behind the scenes work. I don't know if we'll be... what'll come out is going to come out for the viewer splash, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to take feedback. I think we're treating the updates to that splash kind of iteratively, so there's not going to be any new functionality, but just some cleanup and design stuff. I was told not to give a peek, or else I would, but it'll be out, and we're looking to be pretty iterative about this. So if people come back and they're like, "This is horrific because this tab went over there," I think we can listen to that feedback and grow with it. Okay. If that's the case, I did actually have an open question for the group. If there were no things, I know we've got a few candies that we're hoping to get out the door, but I'm hoping that the marketplace and the region map stuff. Marketplace we were definitely planning to do, but I made a strong case for doing the maps work, and I'm glad we can do it. So I've got a general question for the group. If you're a merchant, what marketplace page as a merchant would you like to see responsive, and like would be the most useful to you if you could like magically make one responsive? Mobile friendly would be that. I guess either for the listing page or the details page. I think right now the search page should be responsive, and the product list, like the actual listing page and description, should be responsive. I actually don't know about the integration with mobile, Sassy. That's a good question. I haven't actually... I did a few beta tests with mobile, but I haven't actually played with the newer stuff that they've done. It's been a minute. And we've really been focusing on like the shopping experience, but I just don't know if there's ever been like a thing where a merchant is like, I need to check something really quickly on my phone. I'd love to see what's there and what's not. There's some limited. We haven't gotten into like the full thing. The benefit to the mobile kind of responsive thing is that it makes it so that when you open it in the viewer, it's also nicer when you close and open. So even in the viewer, it's nice mostly. It's just the benefit is that you can also do it on your phone. Okay, interesting. I thought as much as well, and I mean, in my brain, I'd love to make the checkout page responsive next. That way, theoretically, a person can go to Marketplace, search for a product, look at the listing, add it to their cart, and check out, and that's all kind of a nice experience. But there's a lot of merchant pages, and I don't know. I like to keep you all in mind when things happen, so thought I'd ask. Yeah, Eric, I was gonna say we've got some work slotted for adding region searching to maps and maybe some other cleanup. Okay, so store view on mobile. Okay. I'm not super active in the Discord. I lurk canny in the forums, so maybe that's why I don't go on the Discord as much. Maybe I should and do a poll. So far you do have my ear, so... I don't know if many lurk the Discord. I can't say. Eric, I have followed up with them on the wiki issues because there's a few, and the team that is responsible for it like hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'm hoping that maybe I can poke them again and see, because you're right, it is an issue with the images. I made a ticket for them and I put it on their board, so. No, they're internal. It's just, you know, we're a thin group and there's a lot to do, and sometimes, and the wiki is a little bit of an unloved child, as sad as that says sometimes. So when you say that the listing pages and the description pages are the only real things that you see, like, what views currently like that get sent to you aren't that great on mobile? Like, I'm interested to know, like, if you could throw a link of something that is like a view you'd like to see. Oh, are there, like, what pages or listing things would you like to have see better as mobile responsive? Ugh, words are hard today, sorry. Yeah. I mentioned the marketplace specific ones, but are there any like things that, like, listings that have been linked to you that are not great on your phone that maybe we need to look at, or um, corner cases that are interesting? I say phone, but I really mean kind of any non-standard web view that is a resized screen. Phone is just the most minimal thing, but the truth is people look at Marketplace in the viewer, and the viewer has a smaller screen, and so I'm just interested in anything that is not a typical full-size window screen. Can we know? Yeah, we do have analytics. We're not great at looking at it right now, so kind of. Yeah, I think I use phone because it's just the phone word, but mostly just page being able to resize and nice. No, the front page is actually slotted right now for responsive, so we're working on that right now. I'm thinking about the future, right, of, 6 months. Yeah, the marketplace has a lot of disparate code and CSS. Yeah, it is a massive project. I've only got a few developers I can throw at Marketplace right now. Um, okay. I can end my Marketplace questions and I guess open it to the floor to any other things that you would love to, like, wish list for the upcoming year. I can't promise I'll do anything like I did with maps in terms of maybe getting something down, but I like to get a pulse check with this group to see, like, what their magic wand wish list item would be. Sure. It was interesting. I was trying to see how much, like, how different it was from ours. I think us providing the agenda in text maybe I think adds a little bit to it. Um, and there were a lot more side conversations. Um, Overall, I didn't think it looked that much different than how we run our meetings. So I was interested to know, like, what makes people like this versus the content creator meeting. Yeah, there's a lot of people who go to that content creator group too. And I was mostly just lurking, seeing what was in chat and hearing what was happening. Yeah. It is a very technically focused meeting as well. Um, and I guess I like to just hear what people say here and about, like, products and wish lists, and I guess the question that I pose maybe is a little different. So sure. Well, thank you. Yeah, with Khalid leaving recently, like, I don't think we can swing the more frequent ones. Like, we were talking about it in terms of me and Kermit maybe splitting it, but with Khalid gone, it's a little bit harder for us. So I think for right now, we'll stick to the once a month. Um, but I do want to. I feel like we get a lot of really good input from this group. We just talk the whole time. So yeah, I mean, it seems like my kind of open-ended question wasn't that thought engaging. So I guess if you all had a magic wand and could, like, I like to say cut scope, but, like, if there was a web property that you could get, like, all up to date and nice and cleaned and polished, and you just, like, czar for the day and could pick it maps. It's good to hear. You guys were very, like, vocal about maps, and so that gave me a little bit of sway with that. So if you could pick one area in our web domain that is a go that needs refreshing, what would it be? Yeah, Marketplace is our big unwieldy baby, and It does get a lot of talk, but we have a lot of domains. Oh, that's a good idea. Actually, Spidey, this is a good question. Is Spidey here?
I am here.
Oh, I see you. You're right beside me. It's so tiny.
Hiding under the table.
Like a true cat. Perfect. Someone was asking about canny suggestions for categories. I suggested that if they want to suggest category suggestions or movements, we put it in canny because that's a great way for us to review it.
Yep.
If they should make it for each individual one or groupings, and I was wondering, what do you think?
For category suggestions, I mean, I don't like to see tickets with a lot of different ideas in them. You know, like if you have multiple feature requests or multiple bugs, they should be in separate ones. But category suggestions, I think it's totally fine to put it in one ticket.
Okay. Yeah, I was split. We normally don't like overloaded tickets, but I think for categories, if they're thematically grouped, I think that makes sense. Sarah, I don't think you're gonna win the icons battle. That's already been done. I've heard so many mixed things about infinite scrolling. Um, and some people like the pagination. I think it would be good to have the pagination on top. I know that's been brought up before. Um, so that it's easier, and we do have the ability to like change how many items you see per page. Um, but I think maybe there's some thinking to be done. Maybe if you're like if we do a device tracking and we change it, but this wouldn't be the place for create, but I can always pass things along. It's a very inefficient way to get things done, but um, yeah, I would say content creation meeting would be the one. Oh yeah, I don't know if Kyle was going to talk about create, but to your point, you were saying that the URL is a little vague and confusing. Okay, good. All right, that's just good feedback to know. Yeah, I would say content creators. Kyle is kind of the head of that, so no, I don't think there's one at the bottom. It's at the top, next to Buy Linden dollars. Sarah, are you saying conversion rate in marketplace? Okay, you know, maybe that's an idea for Kermit.
What I would like to see, and I have asked for before, is for those that do like to die hard shop, I still think that opening up a page by one store and then having every colour separately until that's eventually fixed, it would be great if we could check box pink, blue, red, cart. Orange, green, yellow, cart. Not open 5 or 6 tabs. The price currency thing could just be a toggle on-off thing. I see the appeal of it. Maybe it could be on by default and the people that don't want to know can turn it off.
Maybe. Or, yeah, it's like off by default and people can turn it on if they want to see. With regards to variants and styles, that I know we started working on that and we dropped it, and I have begun investigating to see if it is possible to pick up that work. I don't want to promise anything because that's not a good thing to do, but I know it's something that we sorely need, and if I can, if the work is in a place where it's manageable, and for our team that's like small now, I might advocate for that. But I don't know. I shouldn't tell you this, but I'm very sympathetic to it. I really do want to pick up that work. So if we can, you'll be the first to know for sure.
Like I said, I'm not fussed because we have so much old items that are already singularly linked. It's just that when you search for something in one store even, or you search for an item across many stores, like gachas for instance, you want a particular gacha to buy the things that people have pulled instead, it all comes up on the page. You should be able to select 11 of those items, keep scrolling, keep adding to your cart. You shouldn't have to open the page to then add it to the cart. It's so cumbersome.
Yeah, could you repeat that for me, Sassy? I'm taking notes and I just missed that little bit in there.
Right, rubbery. Like just a checkbox in the corner so it wouldn't detract from anything. You just click in the corner and then it just goes, and then you could add to cart. So you could click on everything, and then be an add to cart button or buyer's gift, however you want to do it, and then they all go. Somebody created a second a marketplace for themselves for all their like retired stuff, and I wanted it all. I was surprised how much I didn't already own from that store, and I had to open like 63 separate pages, and then so open the pages and then click on them to add to cart and then go to cart when I could have just selected them all on the one page.
Ah, like a quick add. Okay. On like the top view.
Right. So you would just automatically have a checkbox. So then if somebody's searching for Cube's store and they went there just for hedges or something, but then they see he's got a banana plant and oh my goodness, he's got a cornfield and oh my goodness, I shouldn't have to open those pages. I'm savvy enough to just know I want them, rather than actually having to go into the whole details of it all.
Sure.
Especially when it comes to colours, you already know that you want it. Now you just want it in 11 colours. because the fat pack's 73 colours and could put somebody in space.
Okay, yeah, that was the bit I was missing, the quick add. Okay.
Yeah, so that would be the final part. You could even change to the next page and keep clicking, and then next page and keep clicking, and then when you're ready you press add to cart and it could add, 53 items at once. Actually, what you said there is really telling too, Bean. This is a different example, but the weekend sales, usually on Saturday, I open up all the different sales pages and then I go through and open all the things I like as a separate tab, and then I don't look at them again until Monday, and those 58 items becomes 12, and then by the time I'm shopping it might become 4. Do people do that? I feel like people would do that with Marketplace as well. If you think you have to open 28 tabs, you're just not gonna. Do you mean, are we asking if we only get it if we're going to a particular store, or we get it overall? Because as I was saying earlier, if I was to search hedges and every single store that sells hedges showed me their hedges, I might pick 5 hedges.
Okay. Yeah, mostly, like you were saying, I just wanted to know if it was limited to the view or not. But yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah, over the whole system would be awesome. And the demo idea being, that's unreal, because yeah, the checkbox could be add to cart or get demo instead. That would be amazing. If you could check mark 11 things and then press a get demo button and you got 11 demos at once, holy smokes. You just
That would really put some fuel
oh
on
my
the fire.
goodness. Yeah, That would be buying gold, platinum. What's after platinum?
Wait, just to make sure I understand. So you like checkbox however many products it is that you want to buy, and then you can. You're not specifically doing the product itself, or excuse me, you're not going for the product demo. You click the actual product, and you have a button that says "Send me the demos for all of these."
Right. Exactly. So everything that you checkbox, there could be, so we could have 2 top and bottom buttons. One is get demo, one is add to cart, or 3 gift. Okay. Let's not make it crazy, but say it was 3. Get demo, add to cart, gift item, right? And so you select all the things that you want, and then you just hit get demo. 11 demos come to your inventory. You try them on. You've already got them checkboxed in the page. You try them on, you uncheck 2 or 3 things, and then you hit add to cart. That would be amazing, because then also you wouldn't need to make a demo page, because the demo would be associated with the listing. It could just be it could be a subcategory folder inside the merchant folder of the item.
Okay.
Like, that's game changing. That's so much money for coming through Marketplace that way.
I also feel like currently demos face this obstacle where in order to test the demo, first you have to add it to your cart, and then because you're buying a free card, you have to go through that page of additional advertisements because you're buying an empty card. Thus you get the advertisements page. It's just a lot of extra steps in order to sell yourself on this purchase, you know. By the time that I finally gotten my demo, I might be halfway low on energy because I had to scroll through additional pages and click additional things. If it was just one button, you just press the button, even if it's by mistake, now it's in your inventory. Now you're much closer to the final sale where we all make some profit, you know.
Yeah, in a perfect world, we would be able to consolidate demos with the product item itself. But we've kind of inherited a little bit of a mess.
But even if that wasn't a thing, like I said, like the checkboxes, even if it does, so you're looking at a store, the demos are on that store page too. They'd also have a checkbox, so you could select the demos and add to cart, or just have no add to cart for demos. Demos should just be a deliver now situation. Instead of pressing it add to cart on the demo page, it could just be deliver now. Bloggertex has that. I think Easy Bloggers has that. I know that they're separate and they don't have the baggage that you have. You've got old stuff, but yeah, it is really something that other people are used to.
Well, these are all good points, and yeah, old baggage, old stuff. No, this is all interesting. And it's informative for when we get to do that work, we can see about making demos better.
Checkboxes first. Checkboxes.
You know, it seems deceptive, like it seems easy, but sometimes even that, it might even be more work than needed. If we could, I don't know, there's a lot to think about, and I'm marinating on it.
Could always it's just I made myself laugh because I thought of something so diabolically evil. You know how we've talked in the past about Marketplace 2.0 that's all shiny and new and beautiful, and you said you'd never run one. Make it premium plus only access.
Oh, that is so evil. So mean.
It'd be like the Beverly Hills of shopping.
I can just imagine the hate mail coming in.
Oh, but you know what? While there would be hate, there would be people that would love walking around going, "Oh, I shop in the VIP Marketplace."
I won't share that terrible idea, but it is a very fun one, and I'll laugh
It's been
about it.
recorded.
Yeah.
And Tara's putting it out there.
Now the evil idea is out, and we don't want to speak it into existence, but I mean, that's also a really interesting idea. Like, do you think that would be a thing for merchants to convert if they got like a nice, shiny new thing for marketplace and going for premium? Interesting.
If you gave the merchants a shiny new marketplace where it meant that it was just better, if it had all the things that we've talked about, if it had one listing where all the colors were there and you just clicked on it like Amazon, and you had add demo, deliver demo, and all the things that we've talked about, and prettier icon buttons, all of these things, yeah, they would list very different than they do now. People cry about listing on marketplace, but if it was absolutely shiny, new and beautiful, they would make more of an effort.
I think after Premium Plus, it is going to be Premium Plus Super Mega. And then Super Mega Ultra. We'll just keep adding.
Add mocha latte at the end of that, and you'll win. With the lemon twist. Wasn't that what Steve Martin said? With the lemon twist. Friend Whimsy used to walk around with a hover text titler on that was CEO, COO, model, VIP, blogger, owner, creator, designer. She put everything on there. Oh, actually, I don't know if this would be you, Juniper, but Whimsy, speaking of Whimsy, she also had an idea many, many moons ago, and people have had it since as well, about the idea of being able to buy Linden currency with, like, credit cards that you buy online sort of thing. I don't know really how that works. Is that a web thing?
It would be, yeah, because because Kermit's here. So Kermit would be our liaison for those kinds of questions.
Because I don't know if people here remember that there was a credit card, an actual bank with a credit card that came into SL at one point. And people actually signed up for that. That was quite wild. Says the girl that lost money in the Ginkgo's fiasco. But anyway.
Yeah, they definitely have, there's definitely like debit, closed loop gift card offerings, and then credit card offerings that are really just about purchase volume and that give rewards back in the form of, something like Linden dollars or something. But yeah, it all depends on the payment provider offering, which not current.
Interesting, though. I think that would help with some of the countries that have issues with PayPal and things like that. Yeah, I saw two people in the same group get fish scammed the other day. That's not you either, is it? How the group chat is controlled or moderated? That's not web user.
Like the viewer chat?
Yeah, like if somebody pastes a lying link into a group for a phishing scam, that's not your department, is it? That's or who is?
It's not our department. Is it maybe voice? Is there a user group for voice? Actually, I'm not familiar with all the user groups. Maybe governance.
Yeah, because it's out of control. Every day you're seeing people posting these fake links with offers of free this and free that. That's why you've got so many people getting hacked accounts, is because of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Which means everyone should verify their email addresses. Just gonna plug that, because I spent a lot of my life on that, so.
I feel like, no offense, but I feel like some of the time it's because we have the inbuilt browser. I feel that, you know, like I said about the destination guide, that's when it really was noticeable to me. So when you go to the inbuilt browser and then, or search, and you try and open the destination guide options and it makes you sign in world when you're already in world, when you create that sort of muscle memory for residents, then when they click something that also tells them to log in, they just do it because they've been doing it because of the inbuilt browser for years.
Yeah, you mentioned that destination guide bug, and we have it on our backlog, because we don't want them to have to log in for that, and because training is just training bad habits.
Right,
point.
and I think that so get rid of the inbuilt browser too. No, I'm just joking.
Can't win that one, but we can at least escalate the increase in that stuff. I don't know who. We'd probably go to ISI and our end of stuff, but I don't know if there's a user group that's good to bring this up to. So it's good that you brought it up to us.
I think maybe hyperlinks just not linking would be a good ploy. Pantera, didn't Firestorm do something like that, like about 5 or 6 years ago, where when links were posted in chat, they didn't hyperlink? But then that actually ended up problematic for people that needed hyperlinks to link.
I don't imagine us removing hyperlinks in chat would be very popular, because I know people use them, but there are probably other ways that we can look to moderate this, and I mean,
people just have to copy paste into an external browser, and then that breaks the criminal activity of catching people out. So I just, it's not. I understand the amount of Gyazus in any given day that get shared between people and things like that. It would be cumbersome, but if it killed off that ability to just rake in money from people, it's a sacrifice I know I'd be willing to make.
Yeah. I think there might be more.
What's that, Kermit? What's trusted URL treatment?
I thought there was a different treatment for like certain SL hosted domains in chat, that they were treated differently than other random links.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like blue, but that's not very obvious.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can bring that up. We're a minute over, and I've got another meeting I need to run to, but it was great talking to you all and getting some really good ideas, and hopefully I can squeeze in some of these little bits and bobs where I can. Thanks. And I will see you all for our next vlog in 4 weeks. About. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you so much. That was awesome. I just posted Kermit an actual phishing link that was in one of the groups, so don't click it, but yeah. I missed that.